Today I'm going to be showing you how I draw hands with colored pencils. I'm using a Strathmore colored pencil sketchbook, a Papermate mechanical pencil, and Prismacolor pencils as always. I'm going to show y'all how I draw hands with a base and without a base. When I draw hands with a base, I'll start with a rounded out kind of rectangular shape. The shape that you start with really depends on the angle of the hands and how big the hands are, stuff like that. Then I draw 4 circles for the knuckles. Using circles for placement is really helpful when it comes to drawing fingers and stuff like that. Draw some lines extending outward and draw 4 more circles above the 4 circles you originally drew. After I have placement down for the fingers, I start to draw the thumb. Placing the thumb really helps with placement of the rest of the fingers. I always draw the thumb first. Now start connecting the circles you made with some fluid lines. Remember that fingers have 3 segments except for the thumb, which has 2. Remember that no matter how long you've been drawing, it's totally okay to mess up and to erase. I've been drawing for almost 10 years now, and I still erase and mess up constantly. Something that's really important to remember when you're drawing hands is to think about the negative space in between the fingers. And negative space is just everywhere that the drawing is not. So basically, you see how I drew a triangle there first? That was to indicate the negative space between the middle finger and the ring finger. When you start thinking about your drawings as shapes and lines instead of an object itself, it becomes a lot easier. After I have all the fingers drawn, I just kind of fix up some proportion issues that I had and make it look a little more cohesive. Now I'm going to show you how I draw without as many guidelines. I still start with the same shape that I started the other hand with. But instead of drawing circles and lines for placement, I just start drawing the fingers. Again, I start with the thumb because it makes life a lot easier for placement with the rest of the fingers. When you're drawing fingers, think about length of each finger. Like how your ring finger and your pointer finger are about the same length. The middle finger is only slightly longer than the ring finger and the pointer finger. And your pinky is about half the size of your ring finger. Now that I have the hands drawn, I'm going to color in only the hand on the left because I ended up doing the other hand on a live on TikTok. But anyways, I start with my pink colored pencil as always. I want to give the hand an entire wash of this pink and then kind of accentuate the shadows with more pressure with the same pink pencil. Shading is all about applying varying degrees of pressure onto your paper, and that kind of creates the look of depth in your work. Once I am done with the pink wash, I now go in with my true blue colored pencil and accentuate those shadows. Basically, where the pink is darkest, I'm gonna go in and use my blue colored pencil.
Imagine, if you will, sitting down to your morning coffee, turning on your home computer to read the day's newspaper. Well, it's not as far-fetched as it may seem. In fact, both local San Francisco papers are investing a lot of money to try and get a service just like that started. Science editor Steve Newman reports on one person already using the brand new system.
After the wash of blue, I go in with my mulberry pink color. Using colored pencils is all about layering, especially with the method I use. More layering means more depth. Now I kind of outline the whole drawing with this pink color. I don't usually outline with black, I'll outline with either a pink or a blue, maybe even a green sometimes. And when you're outlining, think of line weight. And by line weight, I just mean how much pressure you're putting down on the paper when you're outlining. The more pressure, the darker the line, the less pressure, the lighter the line. Now I'm going to use my grass green color and kind of just give the shadows a light wash of this color. When I'm using colors, I think about the color wheel a lot. I like to use complementary colors like green and red, orange and blue, yellow and purple. And by complementary, it just means they're on the opposite side of the color wheel from each other, which in turn makes for really high contrast and really cool color combinations. Like here, I'm using this orange color against the blue, which is going to cause some nice contrast. Then I go over the whole thing with a light wash of my lemon yellow color. I do this because it adds some nice bright elements to the drawing that I feel wouldn't be there without the yellow. And finally, it is time to blend this all together. For blending, I just use a regular white Prismacolor pencil, and when I blend, I use circular motions with a lot of pressure on the paper. I really like the pastel wispy vibes that it gives to the drawing, which is why I blend like this. After blending for what feels like forever, I now start to layer with the same colors I used in the beginning of the drawing, and I kind of place them in the same spots too. The rest of the video is pretty self-explanatory. I just layer all the colors that I used in the beginning on top of this white and then blend it all out again. So feel free to sit back and vibe to this copyright-free music while I finish this drawing. I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial slash walkthrough, and hopefully this video helped. It would mean a lot if you liked and subscribed, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.